Welcome to SimpleFi's SAP Analytics Cloud Q4 2020 update. My name is Eric Blondin. I'm VP Platform and Technology at SimpleFi. In this short video, which we'll try to reproduce every quarter at the same time SAP releases new Analytics Cloud versions, we will go through how those new versions actually improve on the planning side of SAP Analytics Cloud. So in this first video, we'll actually just pull out some of the items that we find will actually bring a lot of value to users of SAP Analytics Cloud planning, and also actually enhances the content we've been providing to most of our customers. Actually go and head to our website where a lot of content is actually presented today. So here we see how SAP publishes all the new evolutions. As you can see, there's a lot of content every quarter. They publish new functionalities, and you have a lot of it in here. As mentioned, we will focus on what actually was enhanced from a planning perspective, but you can see the whole scope of the solution is improved every quarter. And since this is a cloud solution, you get those enhancements automatically, and you're actually able to use them right away. SAP also stands out some of the key evolutions they find will really help you. What if analysis is an interesting one I really recommend you have a look at. Data action nesting and monitoring. We won't go into too much of it since my objective is not to provide the complete SAC training in this 5-minute video, but data action is all the backend coding that actually runs when you do planning processes, and these have actually been improved. Data action nesting actually allows you to reuse some of parts of your code. So for people who develop it and maintain it for you, like SimpleFi, this actually will make our tasks much simpler. And if our tasks are simpler, obviously, your cost is much cheaper. So, and then some other things where mobile iOS integration is improved and smart insight enhancements were done. So if we go back to planning, some of the key elements that were improved. So some of them are basic. If you don't use the tool, you'll have a bit of a challenge figuring out what that actually means. But they do make enhancements small, nice to have sometimes, that will really simplify how you actually use it. One of those I actually want to use and show you today is the validation warnings. Okay, so validation warnings in SAC, it's been a while now. They've been providing us the possibility of putting validation rules so that people cannot enter things in the wrong area. For example, here we have a cost center which is Sales East US, and someone decided to put it in Canada. Before validation rules were enabled, they could do it, and there was really nothing that could stop them from doing it in the system. Now, a validation rules that really, in our case for our model, really checks if cost center corresponds to this company code, they wouldn't be able to create that line. But at least now that validation rules are in, and they did still create it, you do see a warning that tells you this is not a value that should be there. And right now, as the pop-up says, it won't even allow you to change it, because this is not where it is. So if you do try to change this, okay, so if you figure, okay, I want it 11,000, it's going to be quite obvious in telling you that this is not something you should be doing. So you'll literally get an error message. How is that an enhancement? Actually, up to this version, this actually worked, but it allowed you to do it, and it only gave you that error message once you saved. So if you have changed 20 different cells, you saved and told you entered some wrong value somewhere. Wasn't very useful. Now, the moment you try to change it, it will tell you right away you cannot do it. So the only thing you can do on this cell now is either delete it this way. So I just click delete. The line is gone, so that I'm allowed to do it, or I leave it alone, which was the other option. I cannot modify it. Looks like something that's small and simple, but this is really something from a data validation perspective that will save people a lot of time. Second option that I find extremely useful now when you have a system running is the data action monitor. This is something that was not available up till recently in Analytics Cloud. And now you actually are able to see all those data actions. So again, those background jobs that enable your planning process to work, those are all logged in. You know how long they took. If they failed, and you're actually able to go back in. So sometimes you'll have users telling you, every time I click on that button, it takes me 5 minutes. You can come back in here and say, okay, yeah, it does take 45 seconds. Let's see how we can improve it. You actually are able to track it, how much it takes for you and how long it takes for other users. And you can also see where it was triggered from. So that's actually quite simple when they are able to actually start it from just about anywhere else in the system. And finally, in some cases, someone has started a schedule and you may not even have the rights to see it, but you're able to say, okay, this one is running at 11 every day and it fails. You can contact the person who actually scheduled it and tell them, you have a data action. I don't know what it is because I don't have access to it, but I know it is failing every morning. Maybe you would like to have a look at it. In the past, you just had no visibility on what was running and how long it actually took and where they were ran from. So you spent a lot of time just trying to figure out where performance issues were actually happening. So this was our quick tidbit as to what are the key improvements. Some of them are related to code, and I did not want to go into development, but please do not hesitate to contact us if you want to have more information as to how you can improve your planning process into Analytics Cloud. And do have a look at our website where a lot of our content is there with freely available videos you can look at and figure out if SAP Analytics Cloud is actually for you. Thank you for your attention and have a nice day.